T3 audience. Welcome back to the ninth episode of the T3 podcast series, Bolder Voices, Better Insights. This is Kuhelika Roy Chaudhary extending a very warm welcome to all of you as we bring to you another information-driven conversation that brings to light the corners of the travel, tourism, and hospitality sector. Our today's interaction is indeed a special one as we have a dynamic personality with us who has contributed a big share in the adventure, tourism, and travel industry. He has been bestowed with multiple tourism awards, and he's one who believes in sustainable handcrafted experiences, stories, and adventures in favor of responsible tourism. He's currently the Senior Vice President of Adventure Tour Operators Association of India, as well as the founder and Managing Director of Holiday Moods Adventures Private Limited. He's also the Vice Chairman of Federation of Associations in India Tourism and Hospitality. So without any further ado, let us all welcome Mr. Tejbir Singh Anand for the interaction today. Welcome, Mr. Anand.
Well, thank you, Kohelika, and a warm welcome to all the T3 listeners. That was quite a nice, introduction you gave me, and really, thankful to you, and also proud of the fact that this is a great mutual, way of reaching out to the travel industry audience and maybe sharing something, which might be useful for them.
Quite a warm welcoming note, Mr. Anand. But proceeding towards the questions round, Mr. Anand, the first area where me as well as our audience would like to hear from you is, what, according to you, from a bird's eye view, is the overall sense of India's adventure opportunity and its potential?
This question has been going around in circles for many, many years, and the answer is also quite obvious, but I think it's worth repeating and deliberating that India is very special as a country. It's been geographically endowed, which very few other countries can, tom-tom about it. We are really special to the extent that we have the high Himalayan range in our country, out of which 73% exists into India itself as a country. We have peaks which are towering almost touching 8,000 meters. We don't have any 8,000 meter, but the challenging peaks and the adventures which lie around are fantastic, which no other country offers, not even our neighboring neighbors. We have hot desert, we have cold desert, and they're spread into thousands of kilometers. We've got a huge coastline of 7,500 kilometers, ranging from all the way from Gujarat, going down south and going to the east of the country. We've got 1,500 kilometers of backwaters in our country, which offer their own amazing adventure experiences. We've got forests, we've got jungles, we've got 18 biosphere reserves, we've got 104 national parks, we've got 551 wildlife sanctuaries, we've got major river systems. And to name a few, Brahmaputra is almost as long as 4,000 kilometers in India only, by the way, which I'm talking about, because it originates from China, Tibet as we fondly called it, and it comes all the way down into India from Arunachal Pradesh, the Ganga. We've got so many other river systems in the country which are fantastic. Now, who wouldn't say that the potential is like amazing, it's like fantastic, and I don't see any other country which has the ability or has the strength to stand up and say that, okay, here is a competition, or here we are, and we can perhaps stand as tall as you are, but I think there's nobody. So the potential in the country is fantastic, it's phenomenal. And I also forgot to mention, we've got 4,699 high altitude lakes and wetlands in the country. So I can keep on going on and on. The statistics itself are absolutely fantastic, and it's an invitation to any traveler from within the country or from overseas to come to India. Look at India as the most incredible destination, and that's maybe the only reason why we say it's incredible India, because it truly is.
Beautifully explained, Mr. Anand. I'm sure your words have touched the core of the hearts of the adventure enthusiasts joining us in the audience today. But how do you think are we tapping the opportunity of adventure tourism in India, and how much is it exploited, Mr. Anand?
Not much, I would say that, and we still are waiting to be explored. Uh, Now, if I talk, the domestic market has really grown very high, to the extent that it's become even a little concerning because the trails which became very popular, there was no set rules or conditions as to how to control the traffic. So we've had a lot of over tourism on a few trails in the country. uh, we came up to a situation where the administration had to interject and also, stop, tourism to particular areas like in Ladakh. The Chadar trek was kind of stopped, that you can't do it anymore because of over tourism. Stoke Kangri expedition was taken away from the from our sales charts because too many people, too much garbage, and all the issues that crop up because of over tourism. And having said that, there are still these issues are looming at large. Uh, there are still operators uh, who actually pick up 10 trails, 15 trails, 20 trails throughout the year. They keep on having fixed departures. Fixed departures is not a good idea with preset camps. That's how a lot of uh, pressure is built up on the trails and our Mother Earth. The nature does get spoiled. There are hundreds and thousands of people walking the same trail throughout the year. So that's a model which we need to somehow, sensitize, start talking about it, and making sure that we explore new trails because we haven't even scratched 2% of or 3% of what we have. There is so much waiting to be explored, and I don't see a reason why we should be just setting those trails which are popular. We all need to be pathfinders. We need to be explorers. We need to be trailblazers. We need to make sure that we ourselves go, we find those trails and offer it commercially to a set of clients, so that they're also happy. They have something new to explore. So a good 50 years of adventure travel business happening. A lot of people made money with a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. Uh, it's a little toppling towards the other side where the commercial benefits now are seeing more, and the responsibility levels are just a bit dipping. So we all need to get together as a community and hand holds together, say our vows again, ensure that we do the business in the right format so that we give it to the next generation.
Beautifully explained and quite insightful, Mr. Anand. But moving forward, you have been a part of the core committee of ATOAI for a long time, and several tenures as president have closely engaged and interacted with the stakeholders from this segment. Moreover, you are also yourself an adventure fanatic. What is, according to you, I mean, if you can share an idea on the roadmap that the country needs to carve a strong brand and identity as an adventure tourism destination, Mr. Anand?
It's been almost like 2 decades now with the adventure tour operators. I remember that as a young lad, I came, somewhere in the 1997, and I joined the association. Never looked back, and I've been on the executive committee, I think, since uh, 2004 maybe. So it's been almost like 19 years I've been on the EC, and did uh, hold a lot of offices for a long time. So being the president, and I was the vice president. I also was the treasurer. Sorry, the first office bearer post was being a treasurer, and currently I'm the senior vice president. Uh, Adventure tourism is perhaps the only segment of our travel industry, and I'm very sure about it. What I speak is that it's the only segment of our travel industry which actually brings the socio-economic benefits to the far-flung regions of our country. Uh, we, I think it's all about positioning. It's all about marketing, and what I feel is that we've actually not done much, sadly, to to push this segment of of the tourism industry, which has so many pros, which I just spoke about. I spoke about the benefits apart from the profits, we as entrepreneurs, we earn profits for sure. But in our company, there's always a very popular saying, which is a part of our statement, our mission vision statement, that we believe in purpose before a profit. So profits will come, whatever business we might do, but there has to be a purpose towards the mission, and our mission is very clear that we will earn profits for sure, but a mission is that we want to make sure that along with us, all the local communities also progress. We want to make sure that the regionalism issues do not crop up. So if we have to share our business with the local communities, which we are doing now. Earlier, we used to do everything with our own hands, which we have stopped doing it anymore. So we choose our local partners, whether be in Kashmir or Ladakh or Himachal or Uttarakhand. We do what we do the best. We triple it, we ensure, because we understand a client. Yet from the operational angles, we build the capacities of a local partner, ensuring that they deliver the same what we want. So that's a great synergy that adventure tourism brings into this industry. And what more can we want? If the local partners are happy, if the rural youth is happy, if the local communities are happy, we as entrepreneurs are happy, the client, the trekkers, the explorers, they are happy, because today everyone wants that. They want to connect with the local people also. They want to talk to them. They want to hear stories about their own cultures and places and XYZ. That's the experience now as a holistic experience. Earlier it was just go for a trek, look at the mountains, take great pictures, do some big adventures, come back. Nobody used to ask about stories of their cultures and religions and wherever they are. But now that's a part of the experience. In my first message, when I relayed that we have so much in the country, so have we done enough to actually pitch and position India as the finest place for adventure in the world? I think we haven't. Let's be honest about it. It's not that we have not tried. We've all tried, but I think we also have our own challenges. Challenges being as an operator, challenges I'm sure in the governments, challenges I'm sure with the state governments. So it's a great fabric. It's a huge fabric. Are also challenges that we are such a large country. We're almost like a mini continent. So that also becomes a challenge to weave this big fabric called India for adventure tourism. Maybe it's time, where each state government, if they realize the potential of adventure, and by saying potential, I just don't mean that they have water bodies, they have mountains, they have forests, which we all know about it. The potential of elevating the local people, the communities, the strengthening them, their economic, benefits which must flow to them. So it's a great chain that we need to form, right from the state governments to we as entrepreneurs sitting in big cities of Delhi. If we have a set channel of business coming in from the various countries, or even from our cities, going to the local operator over there, like I said, build their strengths, teach them what you want, and then partner with them so that they deliver the same experiences what you want. And end of the day, we have to use the local people, which we have been doing for decades. So maybe the model has changed, and we all need to look up into that model, that rather than just hiring them as helpers and porters and whatever, hire them as entrepreneurs so they also feel nice. It's also climbing up the ladder, just being from daily wages worker to being local businessman over there, and finally connecting to the natural geographic attractions and the local communities staying over there. This chain, this joining the dots is what we need to do. What is missing? We all need to somehow have a locked-in 5-year plan, minimum committed. It's like you can't get out of it, and say that this is what we'll be spending X amount for the promotion of adventure tourism in our states. And adventure tour operators is there to back you up, to support you. I think very shortly we are going to sign up an MOU with a state. I can't name it because it's not, it hasn't been done. But we're very close to just signing an MOU where we'll be the knowledge partner with a particular state, and we'll be hand-holding them for the next 5 years for everything right that has to be done in the right format, so that there is no knee-jerk reaction. So when an accident happens, sadly, it shouldn't happen. And that's what we'll be doing to empower the states and the stakeholders and the local people. But if it does happen, what is the right way to handle it? What are the right steps? rather than just saying कि ban the place, बंद कर दो, no need to go to the Nanda Devi sanctuary anymore, finish it, you know. And it's been what, from the 80s, now we're in 2023. It's been almost like 50 years, and nobody can go into, not sorry, 50, sorry, it's like 40 years, and nobody can go into the sanctuary anymore. So such knee-jerk reactions uh, are not nice, and they actually hamper the industry big time. Rafting camps khatam kar do. So no rafting camps anymore on the Ganga. Not a nice thing. It's a knee-jerk reaction. So rather than understanding the right model, knee-jerk reactions are not the right thing to do. So that's what we are doing as adventure tour operators. We're trying to sensitize the state governments, the stakeholders, and also operators based out of big cities. What is the right model? What is the right partnership that we need to do?
Very insightful, Mr. Anand, and thank you for all the detailing that you have put into this answer. But Mr. Anand, you have specifically stressed upon the idea of manpower in your previous answers. So I want to dig a little deeper into your perspectives. So can you kindly share us your idea on the existing status or the issues of quality, specialized, trained and skilled manpower, as manpower I think is one of the most vital aspects as we talk about unlocking the adventure potential of a nation. So we want to know your take more on the same.
I think very pertinent question, and there's no doubt that end of the day in tourism, it's the human element which we all talk about, and I spoke about the same, that now there's an expectation from people to meet the local people, understand the culture, enjoy the stories, because they're very varied. People coming from, let's say Bangalore or Chennai, coming up to the mountains, the cultures are absolutely, different. Uh, uh, they all want to sit with them, talk to them, understand as to how they live their lives. And I'm sure that such people, when they go back to the towns and cities, something changes for sure. They are moved. I'm sure they go back and they look back into their homes, and there are fancy offices and the fancy cars that they drive. And then they realize that, is this enough? Or more is less? Or less is more? So what is the right answer? I'm sure they do tend to look at the less is more, because that's what, such experiences teach us. So it's not just about adventures, it's also about life-changing experiences that people take back home. And that's also one of our mission vision statement that we have in a company, that all our journeys must have a life-changing impact on both the host and the traveler. It's not just about the traveler, it's also about the host. If the host is not happy receiving that particular segment of traveler who was not, sensitive enough towards their culture and their, wherever they stay, they live, they eat, they also don't want such people come into their, remote regions, because they also get impacted. So yes, I think we realized this, I think almost like a decade back, that there were very few people in the industry who were qualified, certified. And then all those people who were also certified, let's say, as mountaineers, because that's the bigger, fabric in the industry. Land adventure plays the biggest part. Then is the river adventure part, and then the air adventure part. Today we have almost everything now going, at all corners and angles. But how we started was with the land adventure. So we're all mountaineers. We've done our basic courses, advanced courses, then we did our, first aid, uh, wilderness responders, and so on. And this is the refresher course that you need to do. So we have been doing that. But as the demand grew, the operators grew, the unorganized sector grew, and the accidents started happening, we all started talking about it. Initially, people didn't used to talk about it because it was like given. It's like, okay, I'm an adventure tour operator. I have my licenses. I have my guides. They are qualified. They're certified. They're doing the refresher courses on a regular basis. So it was like a given. But now it's not a given, because you find an adventure tour operator anywhere in every hill station town, in an alley, in a gully, in a smallest of the shop, and he will be selling, everything. You can buy a paragliding, a rafting, a trekking, a hiking from the smallest of the offices in the gullies of Manali. And that's not how it should happen. Just because you you're born as a mountain man does not give you the certification or the authority to take people out into the outdoors and with their lives at stake. So what we started doing was that we started building capacities. We've started running these courses, which are now, as we speak, going on in the country. So Adventure Tour Operators has launched regional workshops, out of which one has been done recently on the 13th of July in Mumbai. Great success. And the concept was very clear. So it's a 3 days of workshop where the first 2 days are dedicated towards first aid responder course along with CPR and wilderness responder. We have a seminar where pre-lunch we talk about best practices of adventure travel. We talk about the positive things that we need to do, and post-lunch we do a mart where we have around 15 odd sellers, and we have the entire house to buy as buyers. So we had 144 people sitting in the audience in Mumbai, and all not from the travel industry. And I think it was a fantastic event where everyone walked back saying that we were overwhelmed today. Because the sessions were great, we learned a lot. We also met the genuine suppliers, people who are certified, people who we can trust. We also understood that there is a great we need to build this chain. There is a need to build this change so we are, let's say, resellers of your product. You are suppliers of tourism. So each one of you either has a camp, or you are a whitewater rafting expert, or you do paragliding, or you do trekking, whatever. So we want such people, and here you are in front of us. So that's a great connect. This is something which we were able to achieve in this first regional workshop. And now the workshop is going to Hyderabad from on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of August. And we then go to Siliguri, we go to Guwahati, we go to Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai. So we will be having 7 to 8 of such workshops every year. And this is the first year that we're trying to do. So what are we achieving out of this workshop is that we are trying to build capacities. We're trying to do a lot of skill development. We're trying to engage the tourism trade from all spectrum. We're trying to join hands. We're trying to join the dots, and we're trying to grow together holistically as one segment. And one segment, which I said, is the most powerful, most impactful segment of our trade, where everyone benefits, right from a person sitting in a penthouse right down to somebody in the far-flung regions of, let's say, Arunachal Pradesh or Valley, which nobody has heard of. But when they go on an adventure trip over there, that's the biggest, the connect is like the most amazing connect, which no other industry can give.
Thank you again for your detailed and insightful answer once again. But comparing the sphere of adventure tourism with the parallel segments, Mr. Anand, what do you think are the unique benefits of adventure tourism and not other segments of travel and tourism bring to a destination? And also, can you please help us to develop a list of adventure tourism products that India can sell altogether?
So on the website of Adventure Tour Operators, we have finally mapped and listed 31 verticals under adventure tourism, which if I go down the tree from adventure tourism, we'll go down to the which types of adventures that one can do. So land, water, and air. And again, if I go down the tree of, let's say, land adventure, we run into various segments like cycling, biking, trekking, hiking, mountaineering, jeep safaris, and the list goes on. Similarly for land, similarly for water, similarly for air also. I don't know of any other segment of industry which can offer so much under one bracket. And then new trends which have also come up are like outbound of India. So in ATOAI's vision, this was also discussed way back, that we must try and empower our members to operate adventure tours out of the country, because we could foresee, this was like a decade back, we could foresee that the economy is growing. Indians are doing very well in the world. There will be a time that Indians would love to go overseas and spend the money and experience adventure out of the country also, and that's what's happening. So in our company also, in Holiday Moods Adventures, we started our outbound division way back in 2018, and today we operate adventure tours in all 7 continents. And we also have a couple of distributors for a few cruise companies which offer such experiences in the Antarctic, in the Arctic, in Greenland and Iceland, and so on. And Indians are going, and we have so much of query that they want to see the Arctic Northern Lights. They want to do a lot of activities. They want to see the Antarctic Peninsula, and they want to see the king penguins and so much. They want to hike. They want to raft. They want to cycle. They want to do all this overseas. So that's one trend which came up in the last decade. Women travel, very strong, and we've heard about women going on trips overseas and the country as all women trips, but this is about adventure. So women are getting together, bonding together, and going for such trips across, not only in the country, of course, but even overseas. So here's a great mix of women travel and the outbound adventure travel also.
Very insightful again, Mr. Anand. Thank you for drawing a crystal clear image in front of the T3 audience today and sharing glimpses of your vast expertise with us on adventure tourism. Any closing remarks for the T3 audience or the fraternity in particular?
I think I've said enough. No. All I can say is that it's been thank you for this honor, first of all, to talk to me, and I just hope that I made some sense and my talk was relevant as to what you wanted. Let's get our facts together. It's an industry which will soon touch almost in a decade. It will be like a $3 trillion industry. This is some figure which I can't even punch on the calculator. I can't do that, I'm very sure. If any one of you can do it, so fantastic. If an industry which is growing at such a fantastic pace of almost like a 17-18% CAGR, we all should be looking towards it. We all should be embracing such industry which makes people happy, which gets you clients, which gets a new product to your portfolio, and I'm sure that you will all be happier with new such products in your company. So thank you so much, and look forward to many more such podcasts, and wish you all a lot of adventures.
But with this, we have arrived at the end of this insightful episode. Thank you, Mr. Anand, once again for bringing us your infectious positivity and sparing your time and talking your ideas through T3. Also conveying my regards to the wonderful audience joining us today. This is Kuhelika Roy Chaudhary signing off, as we promise to get back with another detailed session, with another voice and another insightful conversation. Stay tuned for more. Thank you so much.